Yo guys, what is up? Dave here, coming back to you guys with yet another video. Can you imagine? I'm recording now to the point that it's becoming habit, so you guys are just gonna keep getting videos, and I'm like a day or two ahead of myself even at this point as well. So I should be able to get this back up and running to a full extent pretty easily. And today I'm making a video about just a very small program that I made. It's called MCCPS. This is going to be the basic version, the free version is what I'm going to call it. And then the donators to Sinful Android are going to get a more advanced version of this. But right now, this is the basic free version. I haven't actually made the advanced version yet, but I know how I'm going to make it. And what this actually is it's basically just an auto clicker. Now you may think, what the hell is the point of the auto clicker? Well, the auto clicker is simply that. It clicks for you. I was requested basically to make this by somebody on Facebook as a auto clicker for Minecraft PvP. They didn't like the auto clickers that were in some of the custom game clients that they used, because they didn't really have full control over how fast it would click and things like that. I know some custom clients do, but they said the client that they use, that's the only feature they're missing for their personal liking. So they wanted something else. So I ended up coming up with this idea. To make this, I had to actually go in, make my entire own class. I kind of did rush this a little bit. I'm going to clean it up before any sort of release. But the source code for this will be public and everything like that. This does work with Minecraft. It's going to be, this version of it's going to be free. There's going to be a custom version for him, as well as my own custom version for myself, and then there's going to be the advanced version for you guys. So there's, far less chance of it getting detected in any sort of way by Minecraft or any anti-cheats that might be used on Minecraft. But I'm going to show you guys the code real quick. I had to go in and make a couple classes, as you can see here. Now I didn't make them off to the side here as classes because I wanted it all within just the main form. It's just easier that way. All the code was in one spot. I didn't have to get confused clicking different tabs and stuff like that. So I just ended up putting it here. So as you can see, if you look in here, I'm registering a key press right here. I did have to do a little Googling for this just to refresh my memory on how to do it, but I don't need this stuff anymore. As you can see, there is a start class and a stop. So the start, which is the control hook up here for the keyboards, the start key press registers the key press for control in the tilde key. I just was using the tilde key for the test purposes. I'll probably change it back to something else on the keyboard. I don't know what I'm going to change it to, because it needs to be something that's easily accessible. But right now I have to have it so it's registering as multiple keys. I can't just do this, for example. Now I'm going to fix that in a later release, but for right now that's the only way it works. That's just how it's going to be. So as you can see from there, then there is also a public bool that's called keep running, and it just keeps this thread running and looping continuously. So basically you come down, this is just a loop. So basically the way this reads is when you press the key, when you press Control tilde, which is the key next to the 1 for those of you who don't know, when you press that key, it sets keep running to always true. So while that's true, it goes through a task, and it does while keep running is true, the mouse will then left click, and it will actually, right now it's running on sleep because it's just easier to code it that way. I'll probably put it as backgrounders later, but for right now, or timers, but for right now you can see that it just, basically it's pausing for 115 seconds. Now the guy that asked me about this, he wanted a little bit randomized, and I can understand that because then it's even harder to detect. But for right now, it's sitting right at 115 milliseconds. So every 115 milliseconds, it will re-left click. And there is also like a 10 millisecond delay between the down and up of the left click on the mouse. So there is still going to be, it's a total of like 125 milliseconds between each click is all it actually has to wait. And then as you can see down here, when I press it, it just stops it. It sets keep running to false, and it sets the status to off. So I'm going to make it a little more pretty later on, but for right now, that's what it looks like at the moment. I'll show you guys the classes now. I'm going to close all this stuff just because it's not really needed. But first is the hotkey class. So as you can see, I'm registering a hotkey right here, unregistering it when the program closes. There's just, the hotkey. This took a little bit of Googling to find. And then it just creates a window handle. So it'll always be running, and you can always press it as long as the software is running. And then window and current ID just running through. This will then register the hotkey. Could not register a specific hotkey. Not that hard. It's a weird class, but it works. Took a little bit of Googling and a lot of help from that Google search to get that working. And then the mouse was a lot easier. And actually, I made this so I can actually make this even better later on. So basically, as you can see here, I also have the ability to move the mouse with the code. So I'm thinking about doing even more advanced features later on with this, where, for example, let's say you want a little bit of the twitchy, because I know in like 1.7 PvP on Minecraft, there's people that like to shake the mouse very little movements while they're doing PvP. It's called twitching. I guess it just helps get more hits in or something like that. I don't know what. But I'm thinking about setting up these move twos or move just to go, back and forth very little. And I'm also thinking about adding, like just a tapping of the spacebar. So it'll basically jump very little, and you'll be able to get criticals that way. But with code like this, I can make the jump so small it's never even noticed. So I'm going to also get that coded in here later on, but there's the left click stop and the left click start. Like I said, the 10 millisecond delay between down and up. I can probably make this 5, but 10 is a lot safer just for the coding of it. And then this is just, for moving it and stuff like that. And it's that easy. Honestly, it's not that hard of a class to understand. It's not that hard of a piece of software to understand. And right now, I know I'm in a 1.10 client right now, but I can still show you guys how it works. So basically, you just hit start. This is basically how it looks right now. I'm going to make it pretty later. I'm going to actually slide this off my screen though, because I want you guys to be able to see in game. So actually, no, I could do this. Can I make this smaller? There we go. So I'm going to actually do this. So as you guys can see, I'm in game. It's normal 1.10. It's a little weird to click. But as you can see, if I come up here and I hit tilde, it'll hit this stuff, and it's utter destruction. Then if I hit tab, it stops. Much better for mining, much better for PvP for sure. If I had some mobs or something, I would get it. But also, gold farm. But I was trying to design my own gold farm. It did not go well. It's not even. I'm not good at this. Don't let me build one of these things ever. But anyway, guys, that's basically how this works. I'm going to make it more advanced and release it at a later date. I'm going to also find a better hotkey than Control tilde. It'll probably, I'm trying to think of something comfortable, like maybe Control click or something like that. I'm also wondering if I'm going to be able to make, if I could actually make this all mouse based. So maybe you click once and then it just keeps clicking. You right click, because if you right click with a sword, just give me a sword real quick. By the way, I have something cool to show you guys. If you right click with a sword, it doesn't do anything in 1.10 anymore. If you right click with a sword in like 1.7 though, I believe it blocks, kind of like a shield. So maybe using the sword isn't the smartest idea, or like doing it this way isn't the smartest idea, but it's whatever. I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm thinking maybe just a basic left click isn't going to hurt anything, but for right now, it's a cool idea. I was working on making a pixel car. It's a long, tedious process, but I'm going to get it done. But anyway, guys, I'll get the source code and all that. You guys can see the basic source code from this video. That's just really easy, basic stuff. If you really want me to post this source code up, I can make a paste bin post of it or put it on Sinful. But for right now, guys, that's about the best I'm going to get. And I got to go to bed because I got to work at like noon or something. I don't know what time I have to work. I'll figure it out. I just got the job. I don't want to screw it up yet. But I'll talk to you guys later. I'll get the more advanced version worked out, and hopefully this will be something that turns into a really cool project due to how I can actually really control mouse movement and all that. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.